Good morning, students. We have finished with the lesson The Little Girl. Today we move on with the poem that is Rain on the Roof by Course Kinney. Course Kinney was born on November 24, 1826 in New York. He was partly educated at Antioch College, Yellow Springs, Ohio, and studied law with Thomas Corwin. Course Kinney. When he was 13, his family moved to Ohio, where Kinney showed that he had a strong thirst for learning. He was a lawyer, politician, journalist, and poet from the United States. If ever the description, the man had a full life, could be given to someone, then that man would have to be Coates Kinney. During the 19th century, he was, at various times, a wistful and skillful poet. For a short time, he was a politician, filling the role of senator in the state of Ohio for 2 years. He was a lawyer in Cincinnati and worked as a journalist on several publications and newspapers. He served in the U.S. Army during the American Civil War as a commissioned officer, achieving the rank of lieutenant colonel in the appointment of paymaster. Finally, he held several school teaching posts. He wrote poetry, and his verses were collected in Keuka and other poems, Cincinnati, published in 1855, and Lyrics of the Ideal and the Real, published in 1888. Of his verses, The Rain on the Roof, which was set to music, was the most popular. He died in Ohio on January 25, 1904. The poem Rain on the Roof talks about the poet's varied reactions to the sound of raindrops falling on the roof of his house. He says that the raindrops at night are like tears shed by the sad, dark night. He loves to lie in bed and hear rain falling on the roof of his room because it gets back sweet memories of the past. He says that the sound of raindrops helps him fall asleep and gives him sweet dreams. He has memories of his loving mother who would put them to sleep. So, what is the theme of the poem? The theme of the poem is the healing power of rain. The musical sound of raindrops falling on the rooftop at night has the ability to revive sweet memories and rouse fancies in an otherwise busy mind. The rain thus soothes and comforts an overworked mind by taking it back to its lovely past. How is the title appropriate for the poem? The title, Rain on the Roof, we can make out that the poem is about the rain. The poet is telling us about the memories he has of the rain. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house brings back sweet memories of the past. We begin with the poem. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Humid means something which is full of moisture. Shadows means the moisture laden clouds which cast a shadow on the earth. Hover means move around something. Melancholy means sad. Bliss means happiness or blessing. Patter The sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Cottage chamber means the bedroom. Here, the poet is saying that when the humid shadows hover, humid shadows refers to dark clouds which are full of water. Poet says that when the sky is full of these clouds which are moisture laden, are full of water and are about to bring rain. Such clouds hover around the sky over all the starry spheres. Starry spheres, the sky at night time, which is full of stars. At that time, huge clouds, which are full of moisture, move around in the sky, and the sad darkness of the night is wiped off by the raindrops, which seem like tears falling from the sky. The poet is comparing the raindrops to tears, and he says that the dark sky, which seems to be very sad, it appears as if it is crying, and the raindrops are the tears shed by it. He adds that it is like a blessing to lie on the bed in his room and listen to the sound made by raindrops falling on the roof. So let's see the figures of speech. First of all, there are many examples of alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound. Humid hour, that means H sound is repeated. Starry spheres, S sound. Press pillow, P sound. Lie listening, L sound. Next figure of speech, onomatopoeia. The sound word to create an effect, or when you hear the word, the sound is created. Patter is the word which creates that sound. The sound that is made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop. Next figure of speech, personification. A quality of human being is given to the non-living thing. In the poem, melancholy darkness. Darkness has been personified when he says that it is melancholy or sad. Next figure of speech, transferred epithet. That is, the use of an adjective with the noun when it refers to another noun. What is transferred epithet? The use of an adjective with the noun when it refers to another noun. For example, melancholy darkness. The darkness is not melancholy. The darkness is not sad, but it refers to the sad people. Second stanza. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy beings start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air thread into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Tinkle means short or light ringing sound. Shingles, the rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. Echo is a repeated sound. Woof means weft or the thread woven across the loom. Patter, the sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Busy being refers to the human beings. Here the poet is referring to himself. 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy beings start means that people start having varied, sweet dreams. 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof means that when people are asleep, the memories of the past come back into their mind in the form of dreams. Here, the poet is expressing his feelings when he hears the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Whenever he hears rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart and in his dreams. He has many different imaginations. He adds that this sound of the rain falling on the rooftop creates many new, different dreams in his mind. He recollects many memories of the past, which come back into his mind as dreams. So he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many new dreams in his mind, and the memories of the past come back in the form of dreams. Figures of speech. Again, we have alliteration here. Busy being, B sound. Their thread, the sound. Rain roof, R sound. Onomatopoeia, the sound effect. Tinkle and patter, sounds made by the raindrops. Next we have personification, treating a non-living thing as a living being. Recollection is personified when he says that they weave dreams. 1,000 recollections weave their air thread into woof. So, recollection is personified when he says that they weave dreams. Next figure of speech, transferred epithet. Again, use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. Example, dreamy fancies. It does not mean that the fancies are dreamy, but refers to the people who have dreams. Dreamy fancies. It does not mean that the fancies are dreamy, but it refers to the people who have dreams. So it is transferred epithet. The third stanza. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone, to regard the darling dreamers, she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me, as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Means old poetic word for before. Dawn, daybreak. List, old poetic word for listen. Refrain, a repeated part of a song or a poem. Here, it is the sound of the rain. Darling dreamers. It refers to the poet and his siblings when they were children and had sweet dreams. They were loved by their mother and so were her darlings. Here, the poet introduces his mother. He says that he is dreaming of his mother. As he had told in the previous stanza, that rain brings memories of the past. It is the memory of his mother who is no longer alive. In the past, she used to love him a lot. She used to consider him a darling, and she would let him sleep till daybreak and have sweet dreams. The poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him as he listens to the song made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his room. The sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with the present. That is why the poet is moved by the sound of the raindrops on the shingles of the room. Whenever he hears this sound, it brings back memories of the past, and he is reminded of his mother. Figures of speech. Again, alliteration. Memory my mother. Memory comes my mother, M sound. Darling dreamers, D sound. Next figure of speech, onomatopoeia. Again the sound, patter. Sound of raindrops falling on the shingles of the roof. You have also exclamation, oh, I feel her fond look on me. The poet says that rain is bliss for him because he has developed a deep attachment with the rain. When it rains, he desires to lie on his cozy bed and enjoy the falling of the raindrops on the roof. Reason is, when he hears the pattering of the raindrops, the sweet memories of his childhood evaporate in his heart. He becomes nostalgic and remembers his mother. The picture of his mother is before his eyes. He recalls how his mother had liking for sweet dreams. The poet also forgets his worries and becomes filled with new hopes and aspirations. The sound of rain is pleasing to the ear. When we hear this sound, we forget everything. We remember the sweet memories of the past in a peaceful heart. We are unable to forget such moments in life. That's all, students, about the poem. I'm sure you'll be able to pick up the figures of speech from this video. The question answers will be sent to you. Please try to write them down, the figures of speech as well as the question answers. Thank you.